Now let's turn to some local politics because the representatives of the ruling party, the government and the top office, they met this morning to discuss a variety of pending issues that are very important to the country. So let's connect to our Shin Se-min, who's monitoring the latest for us. So Se-min, I hear they had a lot to chew over this morning. Just walk us through the main agenda items, if you wouldn't mind.
Mark, of course, the main talking point was the latest on North Korea, given that America's top diplomat Mike Pompeo just briefed President Moon Jae-in last night after flying in from Pyeongyang, but the officials also discussed the current status of the South Korean economy. Now, the second round of talks with the leadership of ruling Democratic Party, the Prime Minister, and officials from the presidential office was held at the Prime Minister's official residence just a couple blocks away from the top office early this morning. And there, the president's National Security Chief Chung Eui-yong said Pompeo's latest visit to the North was confirmed to be a fruitful and productive one. He also added the denuclearization process will have gained some momentum, especially with the second Kim-Trump summit likely to take place in the near future. And the top security chief also said he will do his part in making Kim's recent promise a reality, that the North Korean leader visits Seoul by the year's end.
Okay, so lots of positive news on North Korea, but what did the officials have to say in regards to South Korea's current economic difficulties?
Right. Talks on the country's economy was also another major talking point this morning. The participants went over South Korea's economic status to review the necessity of further steps, one of them being the overheated property market and efforts to tackle the high unemployment rate. The Asian Development Bank recently issued a warning over Korea's overheated real estate market ignited by loose credit policies in recent years, even leading to lowering the country's growth projections for this year and the next. And also the jobless rate here in Korea had been hitting the highest figure since the global financial crisis. So the Prime Minister Lee said this morning that he's carefully monitoring the economic circumstances, adding that the government will handle issues for the mid and long term while trying to minimize the fallout of such policies. And the ruling party representatives, that is, added that they would try to work with the opposition bloc to get bipartisan support behind efforts to rejuvenate the country's structural economic issues. And that's all for me at this hour, reporting on the latest high-level three-way meeting, but I'll be back with more in our latest newscast.